Hey guys, I delayed doing this blog for a few days to try to give all of you some time to experience or research the new California laws on marijuana, recreational use of marijuana. Now, I did read some of this over the weekend. I read a little bit more on it this morning on the recreational use laws of marijuana in California. Did I say that right? So the new laws in California on recreational use of marijuana. Some things to consider. One of the biggest things is you still can't smoke weed and drive. Just because it's legal in a lot of places recreationally, it's not like a cigarette, okay? It's an herb that does have an effect on your ability to drive. So, but some other things to consider. It is still not legal federally. It's still federally illegal. Not all California dispensaries will be selling recreational use marijuana. And I was reading where they were saying that the state is still going to allow local ordinances and penal codes to take precedence over the state law. So in other words, if your county or your city has voted down this law and said, we are not going to recognize recreational marijuana, then you still can get into trouble for having it in that county or city. They're going to take precedence over the state law. That's what I've read. And it's kind of the same, even though it's legal in Colorado and California, federally, you can still get in trouble for having marijuana. But that's kind of a touchy issue. I think that's why not more people are getting in trouble, because it's a touchy issue. It was the same with medicinal marijuana. Like where I live, it's not recognized. They don't recognize medicinal marijuana, but in another city, maybe that city council recognizes medicinal marijuana and they can have it there, but they can't have it where I live. You could still get in trouble. So you really have to research, make sure your local county or city government is allowing you to legally have recreational marijuana. If not, you may have to go to a friend's house in another county or city. I also looked at, don't judge me for this, but I also looked at some of the costs. I am not going to personally divulge in it recreational marijuana for many reasons, but the biggest one is the cost. I was looking and they said it could run about $50 on average. In California, it's going to run about $50 for an eighth of a gram, or is it an eighth of an ounce of marijuana, eighth of an ounce of marijuana, which is about like 3.5 grams. Now a gram is like one bud. An eighth is about 3.5 buds. So take 3.5 grams. Did I say that right? So for about $50, you can get about 3.5 grams, which is like about 3.5 little buds of marijuana for $50. But, you have to add in, they're going to have sales tax. They're probably going to have that sin tax. It's on cigarettes and alcohol. They're probably going to have that on there. Your local tax, California state tax. So you're probably going to pay between $53 and $59 for an eighth of an ounce of marijuana, which is about 3.5 grams. So that's too much for me. I mean, why not just, order a bunch of cigars from Thompson Cigars for $30? I don't know. But I want to know from all of you what you think about this new marijuana law, what you think about, this certain cities saying we're not going to let it be legal while certain other cities will. I want to hear from you about it being legally now recreationally in the state of California, but illegal federally. I want to hear about that. Let me know what you think about the new marijuana law in California in the comment section below, and some of the things that I've talked about. What do you think about these things? The Real Jimmy Hins, trying to keep it real in a very short amount of time for you on what is my Monday back to work.